Hi everyone. We are on Thursday and we're just checking to see whether. Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
So
It's Sarah.
I don't know why this one keeps freezing. So deactivate, activate. There we go.
Yeah.
Just don't get why that one keeps freezing.
So there we are. We're there. That's cool. So, hiya Linda. Haven't seen you in ages. All of 10 minutes. So we are back from the Malvern show. You would have seen Sarah last night. Sarah! Sarah! It's gone and frozen once again. So deactivate. It froze again.
Okay.
It's working again now.
Right, so it's working again now, yeah?
But when I go to there.
You're back.
Yeah, we're back. I started
No,
talking.
Yeah, you are. You're fine. No. Oh, wait. I'm going to keep moving so we can tell.
She's dancing. She's dancing. Right, well, while we're at the moment.
There we go. I'm off. I won't go quite far. Just double check.
Just stay here for a little bit.
Okay.
Linda, she's staying here for a bit.
Right.
All right.
Just give me a second. Right. I know we need to get on with the tutorial, but just go through the buttons. Make sure that. 2, 3, 4. We've got to wait for them to come up, love.
I know.
Before.
But
one.
they'll come up now. I see. Oh yeah. That one's
working. Oh, you moved, yes. So I think we're okay now. I think it's okay.
What was the overhead? 3.
Yeah. Oh, this is ridiculous.
No. Oh yeah, it's working. I don't know what's going on, folks.
Technology.
So, we're back from Malvern. We're back from Abergavenny. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful place. We went out and did a pop-up shop and a class. Get in touch with us if you would like us to do that for you. But what a beautiful place to live. Absolutely stunning. So, we're back. We've added some half meters. So those are on special offer at the moment. So if you want to get some of those, then just book it on the website. I can't even remember how many you get. I think it's five half meters for something or other. Have a look. It's in the mystery box thing. It's a mystery. It's a random amount. But I was cutting batiks and all sorts of lovely fabrics this morning. What else was new? Oh, Sarah says these new ones are on. So we've got the pineapple and the twisted log cabin in the FPP stuff. So there's the heart. So there's the heart there. So let me go back. You can see the full heart, hopefully. If I go backwards, there you go. Right, like that. That's the heart. And the rose is back in stock. It wasn't until Anne started to sew it that we could see that the numbers were round the wrong way. So there's the rose. And it's been made up now. How beautiful is that? It's so cute. So that's the rose. So we've got 4 different ones now. They're all back on the website. So if you fancy doing any of those, go on the website. What else went on? Load of new stuff went into clearance and everything. So that's all on the website. It'll be on the website. Right, what are we making today? We are making this little thing. Okay. So it's this little thing, which is thread on the move. Okay. Now, I don't know whether you're like me. I like to do a bit of stitching when I'm away. I meant to bring you my cushion, but it wasn't where I thought it was to begin with. So I didn't, and of course I didn't go back and get it. I drew out a mandala and I spent about 3 years on holiday, only on holiday, just doing a running stitch in different colours to build up this mandala. And it just was really nice. So I've made a little thing for me to put it all in. So hi everybody. Oh, there's loads of you there today. Lots and lots of you. So how are you all? I hope you are all well. I've got a headache. I had a COVID injection again yesterday. I'm not even sure what number that one was. And it's giving me a headache. Giving me a bit of a headache. Right, so we're going over to the overhead. So this is my thread on a move. Now, I can get a whole moon thread in there. That's what I chose. So if you're doing hexes or anything, it would work for that. It's got somewhere to put your needle. And you could roll up bobbins and all different threads and put it in there. All those, you know, those things that you wind on your embroidery threads, you know, the little cards, that might fit in there, or you could make it to fit. Okay, now I made myself a little template. So I've got my thingies there, my cam snaps, and I've got all my bits. Okay, so I bought a ruler because I have problems finding rulers. Okay, I think I've got everything. I'm hoping that because I did this Monday, I'm hoping I can remember what it is. Right, so there's my template. Oh, that's flashing. Why is that flashing? Is that flashing on all of yours? Or is it only when I move? So, I've drawn out a template. I wanted it to fit a moon thread. So, I measured my moon thread and added, so that moon thread from top to bottom is 3 inches and my piece of thing is 3.5. Okay, so I went half an inch, a quarter of an inch on either side and a little bit, and you need it to roll up. Okay, I want it to roll up, and I put circles on there so that I would sew. I'm afraid there's hand sewing in this. Okay, and my little top would come down. So I just drew it out to fit. I can scan this and put it on the website if you want, or I could scan it and put it as a PDF on. I don't know. We'll have a look and see what I can do. So because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long, 3.5 wide top and bottom, and then my circles. I just took a circle and created so that that would fit in it. Okay. You could use layer cake pieces. Okay. Layer cake pieces, and we want some interfacing to go on there. Just makes it a little bit stiffer. However, I'm going to add pelmet stuff to it because I had a little bit there. It is on the website, the pelmet stuff, to go in it, just to make it stiff and it will roll. And of course I had my Dewberry Waxit, my batik. So I'm just putting the iron in, and I've got a bit of wadding or felt to go inside to put my needles in. Okay, so we're just going to iron that on there. So I've got a layer cake piece. I had a layer cake for something or other, so I try and use those as much as possible rather than cutting out a 10-inch from anything. So I'm just straightening this. I'm going to iron that on, make sure it's on the right side, like that. So this is really good for using up your scraps, okay? Yes, it would double up as a lipstick holder. In fact, when I saw it popping up on my feed and everything, I decided that I wanted to make one. It brought back a memory of my mother with my daughter. My mum had a lipstick holder which she gave to Meg to play with, and she said it held kisses, and every time you opened it a kiss flew out, which was really lovely. Wants to make me cry right now. Right, okay, so I have my fabric and I have my lining. Okay, now I want to cut these. Let's get rid of that. I want to cut these and then we're going to sew them. Just no, I'm not going to cut them, I'm going to draw on them. You want them to be right sides together. That's right, right sides together, like that. And we're just going to put this on the top and I'm going to draw around it. I want a draw roundable pen. Okay, so we're just going to draw around it and then we're going to sew on that line. Oops. That's a good job this is on the inside, isn't it? So just drawing around it quite roughly. Okay, so I've left my my mark on there. This is going to be my bottom, my inside, so I'm going to leave a gap. Okay, so I'm going to sew. So I'm sewing. So let me just check. This is the same on both sides, like that. Okay, I'm going to stick some pins to keep it together in there, like that. Okay, and I'm going to sew on the line all the way round. Okay, so let's go over to the sewing machine and hope that that works. So it's an easy sew because you haven't got to think about any lines or anything. So try and make it go slow. So we're going around, this is working. So you don't want to go too fast because you've got quite a few curves here. So I'm just sort of sloping my corners a little bit. They tend to turn it out better. You know, when you turn it out again, if you can do a couple of stitches as you go around a corner, they don't pucker quite so much. So you come to the edge, you do a couple of stitches like that, and hopefully it won't pucker quite so much as you turn it out. But I find a little wiggle helps that as well. And all the way around. Like this. Sorry about the noise, they're still working in the kitchen. But we didn't want to leave you hanging again this week. Come on. So we're around there to there. Hopefully by next week Sarah shall have a fully working kitchen. There we go. I've no idea which is flickering, Karen. It's a mystery. Right, now I didn't flatten that enough. It's quite baggy, but it should work out okay. Where are we? overhead is 3, so right, so we've got that. All right, so I'm going to find some pinking shears and I'm going to cut around it. It's just easier to use the pinking shears, and then you're not worrying about clipping into your curves as you go round. Try not to cut your stitches. So if you've been watching Bridgerton, I got so excited that it was coming on. I'm a bit upset that I've got to wait now for the next one, but it won't kill me. It drops, I think, the first night of my sewing lessons, so I'm going to be I'm not going to see it on the night that they drop, which will be okay. I'll be knackered the next day. Right, so we now have this, okay, like that, and we're going to turn it round the right way. So we're in there. I'm not sure what is flickering. I'm sorry. I don't know whether it's when they use the electricity. So we're just turning this round like that. And then we'll top stitch around the outside. So I'll get my little knobbly bits out. Oh, so we've got the trusty knitting needle. I'm going to go in here and just push out all the edges and the corners like this. So yeah, so we've watched Bridgerton. What was the other thing that we were? Oh, and Sewing Bee. We watched Sewing Bee as well. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks with those. There's some really good sewers, I thought. I mean, their time management isn't brilliant, but and I don't know their names. Listen, I can't remember your names, so I'm never going to remember theirs. But they so I'm just wiggling the corners to try and get a better, try and work it into the corner and pull it out. So I've ended up with me dog ears like that. Okay, so there's a bit, I don't think I flattened the outside fabric down enough. So we're going to turn our hem over here. Now I chose to do it on the inside edge so that you're not really going to notice, because it'd be inside the poppers and stuff. Just going to iron this out. Iron all my, oh, didn't do that very well, did I? Stick that up there. See if we can get that out. Like that. Might be the camera's on a splitter. I don't know. It's a shame that we weren't able to buy the spa, really, because we could have set it all up, a whole filming studio, which would have been really good. Right, so I've ironed all that, and we're now going to top stitch around the outside. Okay, so I've got my dog ears here. I'm going to start here because I want to make sure that my my opening gets closed. Okay, so back over to here. What did I use as a stabilizer? I used the 250. Just a medium to heavyweight. I just picked one up. Now you could, oh, sugar. Hang on. I've forgotten one. I've forgotten a step. There's no point in me doing this without the other step. Hang on. Right. You can't get these in once it's all sewn up. Right, so these are made out of the pelmet stuff. I'm not sure what weightage that is, but I've cut my 2 circles, so I'm just going to shove those in my thingies there. It's a good job you asked about the stabilizer, Karen, otherwise I would not have remembered. And that one's going to go in the other side like that. It just gives it that little bit of stability, you know, that and you can make it curve as well. So this I'm going to fold like that and just get it in there and straighten it out once it's in, because I didn't want to leave such a big gap. Now you could sew it in with it, however you're going to find that your if you sew with it in, turning it out is going to be difficult. Let's just take some of these out. We're always unpicking something, aren't we? I can't get in there. There we go. Some room, is it? There you go. Give it a little bit of room to get in. So once it's in, flatten it out. There you go. That's all flattened out now. And we will go round and top stitch on it now. Okay, so that's giving it, see, it's giving it that cardboard type rigidity. Has somebody bought the spar? No, nobody's bought the spar. I don't think. I don't know. Yeah, the camera doesn't come down far enough, and I forget. I'm sorry, Janice. I shoved the pelmet stuff in. So we're just doing the top stitching round. Oh, come straight off there. We're coming all the way round. We're just close to the edge, top stitching it all in. By top stitching, you're closing the gap that you've made for turning out. You could, if you don't want to top stitch, you could whip stitch that. Or ladder stitch. Coming around here. So Malvern was nice and busy. We met some lovely people, and some of you remembered to say your names when you came up, which was nice. And and those quilts that Sarah was taking you around were really beautiful, weren't they? My favourite, I liked one of the Mariner's Compass ones. We did a class on it last week, the week before. I do miss my own machine when I'm playing with this one, I have to admit. Right, so Where are we? 3. So we have gone all the way round and top stitched. Not brilliantly, I have to admit, but it's well enough. So I'm going to just trim off those edges there. So we have this. I've put my stabilizers in here, closed up my gap. So we now need to sew up here. So I did do like a ladder stitch on the top. Where's the other one? Like a ladder stitch on the top, but it didn't really work for me. So I ended up going back in with a running stitch. So I think that's what we'll do. As you go in, first you've got to thread your needle. Apparently you're supposed to bring the needle to the thread rather than, and not drop it, rather than the thread to the needle. There we go. So I found you could get away with a knot, and you're just going to put them right sides together. I'm going to stick a knot in there. Like that. It's a bit long, isn't it? And we're going to just go in and out with a running stitch along your stitch line. Okay, so just in and out like that, and I found that held it together a bit better than a ladder stitch on the top. Can you see what I'm doing? And you're just going to take this up here, like this. So how many of you are doing your favourite colour is Moda quilt? You do know that you can join it by just having the pattern. Karen, I'm sure we could PDF it to you if you wanted to join in. If anybody wants to join in abroad, I'm sure we could sort it out. Just pop us an email and we could PDF you the pattern for you to follow. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? If you're using your own fabric, so you're not going to be able to buy the thing, but there is an option to buy use your own fabrics. So that might be very cool if you wanted to join in. I'm doing the blue one. Wasn't the one I chose, as we all know. I would have gone for the bright one, but Sarah's youngest child said they liked it, so we've swapped. So I'm doing cool blue. So Sarah's cutting hers out as she goes, which is fair enough. But because I'm on holiday for 2 weeks and I was going to be behind, I started cutting mine out. I've got 4 fabrics left to cut, so that will I'll have to catch up, because I think she's starting the 30th of May, which means that I will try and do the first one so that you can see that colourway as well before I go away. But my days are definitely filling up. So you just keep going until you get to the corner before you start going down the other way. Just in and out. You could back stitch it, I'm guessing. However, it's quite stiff. You've got the stabilizers in there as well. this. I'm going to come to the end. We're coming round so that it starts to go around the corner. This is going to be on the inside. You could struggle and do it by machine if you wanted to. Just seemed like a really small area, but it didn't matter that I was sewing by hand. Now I need to, I'm always worried about how it ties off. I tend to just go back over it. See me, I would carry on, keep going and tie it off back at the other end. I would do 2 lots, but as time is a restraint, we're going to tie a knot by year. Like that. And hope that we've done enough. There we go. I'm going to chop that off. I'm not going to sit and sew the other side because you don't need to sit and watch me do that. Oh yeah, that worked much better. So there's your one side, and the other side you would do it up like that. What time is it? Well, it's only past. We could do that side as well, couldn't we? And we could get it finished. I get cramp. I don't know about you lot. When I'm doing little things like this, it's You're doing the blue one as well, are you? Karen, it's the Moda. My favourite colour is Moda. It's a quilt along that Sarah's going to be doing, and I'm on the wrong side. It's a quilt along that Sarah's going to be doing, and we could PDF it to you, email it to you if you wanted to join in. We can't send you a paper copy, but I don't see any reason why we couldn't. She'll probably tell me off when I get back to the shop, but if you're away, living away, there's no reason why you can't join in. By getting the pattern, you could get the PDF pattern from us, or straight from Moda, I think. Preferably us. So yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful in the blue. It'd be an ideal present, and the other one. I always think of it as like, the American trappers, cabins and stuff, from the Wild West. I always think that the other colourway is for that. I would like to add my own fabrics to it, but we want it to be as the pattern. But you know me, I would add a couple of batiks to it just to put my own stamp on it. So yeah, I'm doing the blue. There's another one with blues in it, and then there was a purple one, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. I think it's going to be beautiful. But it would be an ideal present in the blues for a boy, because there's no florals or anything. Quite often the boys want a quilt, but they don't want florals, and they don't want this, and they don't want that. This is all plains, so it'll make a beautiful. I've got a knot in that. What I could do with some thread magic, that would have been perfect for this. There'd be enough room in here for you to put your thread magic as well. which is a like a wax that you run your thread through and you get less knots, apparently. Not that I've ever tried it. Well, I did for beading. I used to do beading. I used to use it for that, and it was right. You'd get halfway through a bead session and your cotton would all knot up. So using that thread magic was brilliant. So we're going almost to the end. See, it doesn't take long when you're doing this. So it's my boy's birthday on Monday. So we're going down to the Mumbles. To the Mumbles for the day. To spend the day with them. So we're taking Meg and the girls with us. I think the dogs will have to stay at home. Right. I think that's about even. We'll go back down this way. Just to anchor it like that. Oh, look, I've gone broken cotton. Hang on, I broke me cotton. Let me just tie me knot. I can hear you all holding your breath while I tie a knot. So just put a knot in here, I think. So, there we go. There we are. So, that now looks like that. Okay. And you can, with the palmet stuff in it, yeah, it's very baggy there. With the palmet stuff in there, if you curl it, it will, you can sort of like bend it to curl in position. So that would go like that. So, oh, I forgot to do this. Now that, see, my brain is not firing on all cylinders. That would go in there. Now you could I would hand stitch that in now, but if you sew it on before after you've drawn it, put it in place and sew it on before you sew it all together. Sew it onto your lining, but I'll hand stitch that in place now. So I should write myself bullet points, I suppose. So, cam snaps. What colour are we going to do? I don't want to do an orange. Don't think. Should we do a black one? So, two of those. One of those. And one of those. So, a cam snap. We're going to start with our top and put that, work out where there's a middle and put that there. Now you could stick an owl through it, but the little points are sharp enough that they will go through all your fabrics like that, and it sort of goes in between. I don't like to put a stitch unpicker in there. I'm going to put the male part on there. So with your tool, you're going to sit that piece in there and you'll fasten a bit and just squeeze them, okay? And it sort of squashes down the point, that, you know, the point that I was putting through. So that is about there. So we're going to push that through from the other side, like that. So the points on your flat pieces are quite sharp. So they do go through your fabric like that. Put my female piece on there. Put this in again. And the black bit actually cups. It's a little cup, and it cups these flat pieces. Just cups it. And there we have another thread holder. So I can now go on 2 trips. There we go. Okay. So you have the 2. Oh, I could travel anywhere now. I could go anywhere I want with my travel thread on the move. So you could... it's gone again. Deactivate. Activate. There you go. I think it's working. Just hold on for another 2 minutes. Okay, camera, just hold on for another 2 minutes. So yeah, so this would be your thread on the move. So you could put all your little bits in there, and it means that your thread isn't rolling around and undoing in the bottom of your bag or anything. So there we go. So I hope everybody understood what I was talking about. And I will see you next week. Okay? What am I going to do next